So education is just such a point, and where even a Dr. Ambedkar also made a very much nice statement in that regard. Instead of constructing the churches, masjids, temples, your prayer places, more better you spend it in construction of a school, because it is the education which will make the nations to grow its economic efficiency, and people will be educated, and nobody would be a slave to anybody because they know their own rights. Of course, let us come to back our studies. Paper is concerned, the constitutional framework, how the education would be there. And here the articles which are mentioned, and especially a new article 31 capital A is inserted because of the 86th amendment. They said education is a fundamental right, and it attracts article 21. That's why capital A is inserted over there. So I made the education as a human fundamental rights. Then the state also, not the state, because earlier it is there only concurrent list, not is a union list. Later on, it become the education become the concurrent list, where central government also can make the enactments and policies. The state government also can make the enactments and policies are concerned. And here the central act is there that we call the RTE Act. It has given the many provisions. I am not going to deal the most of all the things because I give the full length paper. Then the directive principle of state policy, that the part 4 also says about it. Then we go further, ECCE, that is the early child care education to all children until they complete the age of 6 years. Under the article 45 was there, now compulsory education from up to the 14 years, if I not be mistaken. So these are the directives in the principle of state policy. A right to education is a fundamental right, just before I said, because it is a 86th amendment 2002, it may brought out the point, and where article 21 capital A is inserted over there. And with this, children in the age group of 16 to 14 are justified to give the free education, and it is counted as a fundamental right. And everybody knows what is the famous case law regarding this matter is concerned. Of course, I also cited in, these are the provisions of the RTE Act, RET Act, that is the Right to Education Act. Then Indian judicial decision that I told you, this is Miss Mohini Jain versus State of Karnataka. This is the, which will say about it, made it to that it is a fundamental right. The right to education is the first time recognized as a fundamental right, guaranteed under the Article 21 of the Constitution. And that is the reason a new article is inserted with the Article 21 capital A. So that was the thing. And here I have given the education in India cannot be a product for sale, because corporate education. We hold that every citizen of India has the right to education under the Constitution. And here a controlling body is there. The government will see nobody would be exploited, even take the capitation fee also. Of course, they will fix the fee for the private people. Private universities, the fix is different. Fees is different. And the government, the fees is different. That is fixed by the respective governments regarding the structure of the fees is concerned. And I need not to throw light on it. Of course, there's one of the famous case law, Unni Krishnan case law also will come across, and where it is guaranteed. And it is emphasized the Mohini Jain State of Karnataka case. Then we will come across the MC Mehta versus State of Tamil Nadu and others. The Supreme Court stated that Article 45 had acquired the status of the fundamental right following the constitutional bench decisions in the Unni Krishnan. And we do have the Maharashtra State Board of the Secondary and Higher Education and a case Gandhi case law. And it is also, we have the Society for the Unaided Private Schools of Rajasthan versus Union of India and others. and where it is held Supreme Court of India, the constitutionality of the Section 12 of the Right of Child Free and Compulsory Education Act 2009, later on it's amended time to time, which requires all the schools, both the state funded and private, to accept 25% intake of the children from the disadvantaged group. So disadvantaged group, 25% should be given over there as a reservation. However, the court held that the RTE Act could not require the private minority schools to satisfy the 25% because the minority, either the religious minority or the linguistic minority, let them have the full right to first fulfill the conditions of the quota of the minorities concerned. If any seats are left over there, then it will be given to the irrespective of the minority. So of course, Mahesh Yogi case law also I discussed, which is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Everyone has the right to education. Education shall be free. At least corollary from the human rights perspective, constitutional rights in regard to the education are to be automatically ensured. So like that we have mentioned the last case law, the state of Madras versus Srimati Champakam Dorai Rajan, where it is a landmark judgment. The judgment result the First Amendment of the Constitution, where the Article 29, Class 2 of the Indian Constitution was discussed. Then then Avinash Malhotra versus Union of India, Supreme Court of India interpreted the right to education to include the right to provision of the safe environment in schools and impose on an application of the schools to comply with the certain fire safety precautions which were detailed in the judgment. Yes, many people in the Tamil Nadu, they died because there is no safety measures and there is no proper, only one way would be there because of the fire has burned it and because of fumes, the students died on the spot. And it is a very horrible situation. Hence, the safety measures also to be taken, and otherwise the school will not be given the permission. So, right, that professional education has not been spelled out as a fundamental part of the three. Even the professional education, like the medicine and the engineering, yes, there is also, it is, though not they say the fundamental rights, but they will watch on it and they see that it should be followed. The directions should be followed for the professional education is not a governmental legacy, but instead has the affirmative obligation to facilitate access to education to all levels, as observed in the case of Fatima Batul versus Union of India. And from the Jharkhand, the government has sent the names, and according to the integrated ratio is concerned throughout the world, India, not world, India, and they are supposed to get the admission, but they denied it. But again, the Fatima Batul and another from the same place where the government has nominated them to seek the admission in the MBBS. And the Fatima Batul versus Union of India, they said, yes, it should be followed, like norms should be followed over there. So I have thrown like education, the importance of the education, and I have shown some of the slides also. Even I do have some more slides to show you, provided the time permits, because I want to give the chance to the students to ask the questions to me rather than I'm saying myself. If the questions are there, that will be enlightened to us, and it will be a quite good idea. To my knowledge, the principal, madam, your students are only five years degree integrated course. Am I right?
So thank you, sir.
No, I did not finish it. I asked the question. The question is, your students are 5 years integrated course only, and in which year they are? The batch has come out, or they are in the final year?
Questions.
Anyone can give the answer if you know, understand my question.
So it was a very wonderful speech.
No, I did not finish it.
Okay, sir.
I asked the Angarakani, your students, whether one batch has come out, or still first year, second year, third year, fourth year, or fifth year. That is my question.
Sir, first we have only first year, sir. This is a new batch.
Okay,
And
that's I want to know it. That's
so
why I
you
want
can
to know
please
it.
continue, sir, because they will not be having